Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here, and today we're going to look at how Golden Era bodybuilders trained their weak points, which I think is not a topic that is talked about much these days. We're all aware as to how hard Golden Era bodybuilders trained with their high volume routines and frequency, and learning about how they trained their weak points is just as impressive. Take Bob Birdsong, a Golden Era bodybuilder who trained at Gold's Gym with Ken Kern from Germany. Bob Birdsong was rather successful during the mid-70s, winning a string of titles including the 1974 IFBB Mr. America and the 1975 IFBB Mr. Universe and World Pro Championships. Taken from an interview in 1975, Bob explains how he approached training his weak points. He would place a great importance on specialization, increasing the frequency of training of these body parts. The body parts that he and most bodybuilders back in the day would have trouble with are namely, of course, the calves, arms, delts, and abdominals. For calves, he would train them at least 4 times a week. Starting about 3 in the afternoon, he would hit calves for about 45 minutes at Gold's, performing 20 to 25 sets during this session. This would be in contrast to training his other body parts only 2 or 3 times a week, sometimes using full body training to allow for specialization to actually work. And this is a very important principle and technique that many people are unaware of. He would hit all body parts during his full body training days over a 2-hour session, performing 8 sets per body part. Other days, when he would train on a split, he would perform a maximum of 15 sets per body part, and in doing so, in actually concentrating more on the weak point area, he would allow for that area to get maximum stimulation and growth. To specialize for arms, Bob at times would train arms every single day, that is 6 times a week, training triceps harder one day and biceps harder the next. At one time, he was so obsessed in getting his arms to grow that he kept a set of weights and a preacher bench at home and performed 5 sets of concentrated preacher curls just before going to bed. His preferred exercise for triceps was the bent over kickbacks, and he would use a 30 to 35 pound dumbbell, performing 3 to 4 sets 2 arms at a time, and then continue performing sets 1 arm at a time. To specialize on his abdominals, Bob would train them 3 times a week, 10 minutes each time, performing 5 sets of triceps using 3 exercises: the hanging leg raise, the crunch, and the seated leg raise. Finally, to improve the width of his delts, Bob Birdsong's approach was to use forced reps. He would go heavy on lateral raises, using as heavy as 65-pound dumbbells, performing 5 sets of 10 to 12 reps. He would even have his training partner assist to get those last reps out during these most grueling of sets. He would also perform seated 1-arm pulleys, performing 5 sets in total. Bob further explains what he did to improve the width and striations on his chest using an exercise he learned from Arnold. This was the incline dumbbell fly, performed by bringing the dumbbell more to the rear level, that is to the top of his head, which requires incredible shoulder mobility. He would then bring the dumbbells up, but not all the way up to the top, ensuring greater time under tension. Like Arnold, Bob would use quite heavy weights on the fly, and he felt that this style of performing flies gave one a very wide chest development. For the inner pec development, he would use the cable crossover, making sure he would bring his hands together and squeezing the pecs. Besides specialization training, Bob Birdsong details the importance of nutrition and rest during specialization. He believed in sleeping 10 hours a day and eating 4 to 6 meals a day. He, as well as other bodybuilders, would increase and optimize this supplementation to ensure maximum recovery and growth. He would step up the intake of supplements such as liver tablets, brewer's yeast, and vitamin E, taking up to 75 liver tablets daily, 50 tablets of brewer's yeast, and 1,500 units of vitamin E. These supplements would allow him to recuperate well. I have talked about the benefits of desiccated liver endlessly on this channel, as this superfood, in my opinion, should be on every bodybuilder's supplement list, or at least eaten as part of your regular diet. And if you don't like eating liver, Desiccated liver is the next best thing and can be purchased from NSP Nutrition or Ancestral Supplements. Links are given below in the description. Other than that, his diet consisted of steak, eggs, cottage cheese, and plenty of vegetables like zucchini, string beans, carrots, and beets. And Bob didn't believe in eliminating all starches from his diet, as he would require them as fuel for his workouts. So I do hope you have enjoyed this video on golden era techniques for weak part training, and specifically how Bob Birdsong trained his weak body parts, namely arms, calves, abs, and delts. If you've enjoyed the video, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so, and leave me your comments in the comment section, and please also click the bell button to be notified of future videos. What do you think of Bob Birdsong's techniques for training weak body parts? I find it amazing to read all these different techniques and to also see how obsessed at times golden era bodybuilders were to achieve physical perfection. Again, leave your comments. That's it from me. Hope you enjoyed the video. This is the Golden Era Bookworm saying bye for now. Online training is now available, including my new program, Novice to Classic, a program geared towards beginners and novices looking at developing a classic physique, as well as Classic Cut, geared at those who wish to lose weight and gain muscle fast. Details available at www.goldenerabooking.com. Need a bodybuilding poster for your gym or office? Then check out Iron Man Magazine archive.smugmug.com for the highest quality posters on the planet. Scroll through the galleries of all the legends, including greats such as Arnold, Frank Zane, Sergio Oliva, Serge Nubret, Tom Platz, and Larry Scott, and much, much more, and select your poster now. Now, if you're interested in learning more about Vince Gironda's approach to bodybuilding, his principles, and all these tips of wisdom that he has, I mean, there's so much stuff that probably hasn't been proven by science, and it will take science to prove or disprove Vince. But to be honest, these 3 books, I believe, which I call the Classic Physique Bundle, are the best books that Vince ever came out with. And they, of course, are the Wild Physique, the Master Series, and the Pro Series. Have a look at it this way. The Wild Physique, I believe, is like the ABCs of Vince Gironda's principles to bodybuilding. He teaches you the exercises and his principles. But how do you put them together? Well, the Master Series is a 14-month program of using all of these principles, all of the diets that Vince came out with, all of the exercises. And believe me, it's a brilliant, brilliant program. Many people have used it. I know personally a lot of bodybuilders that have actually used it and made fantastic results with it. And of course, the Pro Series was a book that he came out with later on, specially targeted for getting into competition. It's just these 3 books, as I call it, the Classic Physique Bundle, Vince's best work, and available, of course, at www.goldenerabooking.com. Now, the Pro Series of Bodybuilding, which was targeted for professional bodybuilders, contains 6 programs, each of which go for 2 months each. So it's a whole year, again, in preparation for competition. To support your favorite YouTube channel, please visit teespring.com/stores/goldenerabookworm for merchandise, including t-shirts, hoodies, face masks, phone cases, and much, much more. Once again, at teespring.com/stores/goldenerabookworm. Become a patron at www.patreon.com/goldenerabookworm for hard to find books, scans of rare photos, and articles on the golden era of bodybuilding. To take full advantage of my collaborations, use code GEB20 with NSPNutrition.com and VinceGironda.com, as well as code BOOKWORM12 at OSL.com for a discount at checkout.